Hi, Greg Maciolek of Integrated Management Resources. I want to change direction here a little bit. And, we work with a lot of human resources department. And what I'm seeing in a lot of cases is human resources not valued as they should. I think they're perceived as a staff function, a cost function. And what I want to talk about today is how do you create value in HR so you're looked at more as a strategic partner. So in today's tough economic times, companies are looking at reducing cost, increasing productivity and output, and improving the bottom line. Now it's kind of interesting that they're focusing so much on this now, and that should be normal SOP, right? So any investments that human resources or any department wants to make has to be put against those three criteria. And if it doesn't match up against it, doesn't get through to the next step. And let's look at human resources these last few years. Many managers have seen their budgets cut in the last 24 months, or worse yet, HR departments completely outsourced. And why is that? Well, let's look at the traditional view of human resources. They're considered a staff function or an expense rather than a key strategic partner than, let's say, like marketing or production. What we need to think about from a strategic role of human resources is to say that the objective of human resources is to maximize the return on investment from the organizational human capital and minimize financial risk. To be credible in human resources, you must demonstrate that you can deliver tangible, measurable value. And so how do you do that? Well, first of all, you got to learn to speak CEO language. And what is that? So let's talk about a CEO survey that took place, and they asked, what keeps you up at night? Number one was return on investment. Number two, increased performance and productivity. Return on investment, increased performance and productivity. And then they had some other things to worry about, like earnings and growth and shareholder value, but we're not going to focus on that today. So the return on investment is the only indisputable way of proving the true value of a human resources department. So let's say you want to invest. When the CEO wants to invest, looks at one of the three economic reasons for investing. One, it reduces cost, so think about reducing turnover, avoids cost, or third, increased revenue, think increasing productivity. Now for a human resources department, return on investment is measured differently because it doesn't necessarily directly result in obvious hard dollar savings or revenue outputs. However, it influences processes or behaviors that correlate to hard money earnings and savings. So think about if you reduce turnover or you increase productivity because you hire better, hire smarter, hire more effectively, you got good ROI. And there's only two ways to validate ROI in human resources, and that's people and money. And you got to balance people's performance with money invested to achieve a good ROI. So let's kind of review the key learning points today. The language of the CEO is finance. Anybody in the C-suite, they talk money. Every business decision has a financial impact. Human resources must be aware of it. Successful solutions are those linked to corporate issues that have business impact and drive the bottom line. And a successful human resource executive has the ability to discuss financial benefits using language that reflects the executive point of view. And discussions linked to performance against corporate objectives. If you can't do that, you're not going to be successful and you won't be considered a strategic partner. So final thoughts. Look, don't take my word for it. Examine everything I say in detail. But think about this ROI approach in your organization. That's how a major client of ours, who's been with us for 10 years, achieved extraordinary, measurable, sustainable results from their HR investment. And we'll show you how being a good partner with them has helped them do this. So next time we'll discuss the case studies that prove our point. I'm Greg Maciolek of Integrated Management Resources. See you next time.